As the House Appropriation Committee completes its first week of budget hearings, the overarching theme seems to be big ideas, little explanation. House Republicans were surprised and frustrated that the administration was unable, or more concerning, unwilling to answer how new programs will be funded, let alone the effectiveness of the programs that taxpayers already paid for.
Let me put you on the spot just for a moment, if I could. You piqued my interest when you said you reviewed a lot of these programs. Did you, as part of your review, did you come across programs you think that aren't working?
I don't think we're quite ready to do that because I want to make sure we have our data right and we're super tight before we make such a pronouncement. But yeah, absolutely.
Any idea on a time frame when we might get that feedback from you?
Let us come back to you on that.
It is frustrating for our secretaries to not be able to come before this committee and justify the actual budget rule. Ultimately, you are responsible for that financial management. It's your job to do that.
Representative Marcy Mostello spoke out about constituent concerns she heard over the last year during a time when inflation was out of control. Many seniors had issues getting their property tax and rent rebate checks on time.
We had a lot of calls this past year for 2023 that checks weren't being sent out. There were delays in checks being sent out, which means my constituents weren't receiving their property tax rent rebate.
Republican Appropriations Chairman Seth Grove had a simple solution.
It seems like agencies are getting away from their basic service focus. Like there's no point in expanding services and talking about new initiatives when the basic job is not getting completed. Do the basics first and then expand out from there.
Other areas light on details included explaining why the governor is requesting an additional $1.6 million for the current fiscal year with no public explanation. What steps the administration is taking to address hold times when calling 911. The misuse of the rainy day fund. The recruitment and retention of volunteer firefighters, and how to improve the business climate in Pennsylvania, particularly by improving our tax climate and implementing permitting reforms. Representative John Lawrence raised concerns about the number of investigations into elder abuse and neglect that end up incomplete because of a suspicious death.
Somebody has made a call. Grandma is being abused. My neighbor is being neglected. These folks end up dead after someone reported them as being vulnerable. And PDA, your agency, is telling the press, well, we really don't know. We really can't explain. Maybe they died of abuse or neglect. We didn't really ask.
Next week, departments testifying include labor and industry, state, health, and judiciary, amongst others. We'll be back next week with another Budget Brief.